Any score will almost do. Walters! Lines him up from 50. Strikes it true! Michael Walters wins the game for the Dockers!
This was supposed to be a week where most people would struggle due to the carnage before the round began, with Primos being injured, ruled out, and whatnot, and even some rookies as well. But instead, we've received some huge scores. The top scorers going over 2,600, just amazing stuff. With no Dangerfield, Zach Williams, Matt Crouch, the team scored 2,405, top 2%, moved up just under 3,000 spots and up to 4,324 in rank. So huge week for the side, did not expect it at all, and won 3 out of 3 league matchups. So great stuff. I couldn't ask for more, to be honest, this week, except for maybe a couple of scores, but really it doesn't get much better than this when the team was hit with so much carnage. So let's move to the team. So before I go through the team, obviously I was supposed to have Tom Stewart in defence, but with Will Setterfield not being named, I would have copped a donut, so I went Setterfield to Mitchell Hinge, and I'd say that worked out. If he doesn't keep his spot, then that will be very disappointing, but Hinge was good. I'm very happy with him. Took the gamble on, first off, trading him in, and then fielding him, and he definitely didn't disappoint. Shannon Hearn, Jake Lloyd, both good as always. Jack Crisp was good. Marty Hoare, surprising, like a number of rookies this week. Definitely one of the main reasons we saw a ton of really good scores, 2,400 plus. These rookies really stepped up when we needed them to, with all these primos being out. They can all definitely stay in the side an extra couple of weeks now because they're going to make some great cash. Wilkie, he was supposed to be the guy I traded out to Stewart, of course. Was forced to field him, or at least I wasn't really forced to. I could have fielded Answorth, but I took the gamble. Wilkie against Carlton, and this will probably be the last week he's in my side, and I'm very proud of him. He produced in his last week in my team. Needed him to step up, and he did. A huge third quarter when I thought, it's probably going to be another 50 score. I'd be a little disappointed, but he really stepped up. And on the bench, Zach Williams, of course, didn't play with a hammy, and Noah Answorth, it's good to see a score over the 60s. Hopefully when that 26 rolls out of the last 2 games worth of scoring, he can make some good cash again. In the midfield, Josh Kelly, all class, this man. Just an unbelievable couple weeks since trading him in. 131 and now the 148. He's up to 645k. So if you want to bring him in, he's got a great fixture coming up, but you're gonna have to break the bank a little bit if you want to bring him in. But gee, I couldn't be happier with him right now. All I hope is that he stays healthy, because of course there's always that risk of injury with him, but I couldn't be happier with him right now. Lachie Neale, disappointing. His return to Perth to face his former side, and he gets his lowest score of the season. I'm glad Grundy got a great VC score, otherwise I'd be fuming, putting the captaincy on Neale. Nat Fyfe, good as always. Tim Kelly, he led the way against the Suns, great stuff. Paddy Cripps copped a bit of attention from Jack Steele, but he was still good. Matt Crouch used as the captain loophole, and on the bench is Xavier Dersmer's 108, another one of the rookies that really stepped up. And like I said with Hoare, gets to stay in the side an extra couple of weeks because he'll be making some great cash. It's just unbelievable, really. You think about trading these guys out, and now they've produced this. I said last week, you just got to hope guys like Dersmer and Baker beat these high break-evens. They both had break-evens in the 70s, and it just looked like it was time for them to go, but they really stepped up when we needed them to. So thank goodness for that. And Will Hayes, Bailey Scott didn't play. Surprisingly, Bailey Scott was an emergency before the Dogs game, so hopefully that's a sign that he's close to coming back into the team. But then again, he was a bit quiet in the VFL, only got 11 touches. So I don't know what that says, but that's definitely not a positive sign. But all we can hope for is that with North struggling quite a bit, they opt to play the younger players more for the rest of the season. Hopefully Scott would be one of them. So we'll have to see, but you can only hope that Bailey Scott comes back into the side. In the rucks, you think these two, after getting 144s last week, you think, gee, they can't go much better than this. And a 165, 149, unbelievable. Brody Grundy as vice captain made that 330. These guys just showing why they're the benchmarks of the competition, really, not just in the ruck department, but two of the best in the league. And in the forward line, Michael Walters. It's been a bit of a roller coaster so far since having him, mostly with the downs, but I couldn't be happier seeing him get the winning behind. Winning goal obviously would have been a lot better, but still, winning behind, I don't think I'll ever see a player get 10 to 15 points for a behind ever again. But gee, another huge fourth quarter for Walters. He was at 61 at 3/4 time, had 8 clangers up until that point, but he was huge in the fourth. Got the goal to bring them back to within 2 points, and then got the winning behind. 49-point last quarter. Couldn't be happier, really. Isaac Heaney, a little disappointing. He was around the contest for most of the game, just couldn't get his hands on the footy. Rowan Marshall, disappointing as well. Got a lot of hit outs, but just couldn't get them to advantage, unfortunately. Liam Baker, like Dersman Hoare, pretty much covered it. Just the rookies really stepping up when we need them to. The wet weather really suited him, that's for sure. And Noah Bolter, I was a bit worried with the wet weather, how that would affect him. A taller player, couldn't really affect the game aerially because the ball would be slippery, but he was still really good. Another score over 80. He's gone up 50k, over 300k now. Who would have thought we'd be saying that a month ago? But Bolter's done it again, making some great cash. It's great to see. And the downer of the round, Robbie Young. If I traded in Stewart last week, I think I would have been even more disappointed with Young, just because I would have been kicking myself for trading in the wrong rookie. But the fact that I had to trade in both Young and Hinge, yes, it still bothers me a ton. He got 17 against Carlton, that's just poor, but I was kind of forced to trade in someone to avoid a donut, really, so it's just disappointing. Hopefully he holds his spot, but I'm not positive on that at all after his performance. And of course, Dangerfield and Moore didn't play on the bench. I'm kicking myself as well for trading in Dylan Moore. It really could have been Nick Larkey. He's been very good for North. He's become important. I wish I had him right now, but obviously too late for that. But that will do it for the team. We'll get the best side on the field right now and hope they all get up. I'm not positive that Williams will get up. We need more news from GWS. This will be a tough decision. North versus Richmond, Port, Halves, and Kilda. This is tough. I don't know, or maybe Rockcliffe being out might... they don't really play the same position. I might be overthinking. I'm just going to go Dersma on field for now. And Danger should come back, and hopefully he does. I don't want to be fielding Robbie Young anymore. But for trades, with 311k in the bank rather than just 17k, definite upgrade, and that upgrade will be Callum Wilkie to Lockie Whitfield. So I've got the big three now in my defence. There we go. Yeah, Hearn, Lloyd, Whitfield. Those three. There we go. And I might Might make a second trade. I don't know. I've got a couple of rookies, well, a few rookies aren't playing. Because what I'm thinking right now is Will Hayes out. I don't know. It doesn't look like he's going to make his way back into the dog side anytime soon. So Hayes out, and in would come Oscar Baker. His job security isn't great. We'll have to see Melbourne's team selections with a ton of their senior players available. I'm not sure how his job security would look. I feel like there's a high chance of him being dropped just because of the fact that Melbourne have so many of their regular 22 available. But for now, this is how the trades would look. Wilkie to Whitfield is guaranteed. I'm just not sure about the Hayes to Baker trade. And that's about it. Yeah, this is how I want the team to look. I'd probably end up being forced to field. Yeah, could do this actually. If I'm forced to bench Williams again because he's out, I'll just go with Dersmer in defense and Stack on field. So in the event that Williams is out again, this is how the team would look. But we'll field our best team for now. 12 trades remaining, 148k in the bank. As usual, trade situation doesn't look great, but now we've got the big three in defense. It's definitely what I've been wanting the past few weeks, and now we've got there, so that's good to see. And Hoare, the only rookie in defense on field, that's good. We've got Dersmer, who's doing the job. Baker and Bolter, very serviceable, F5 and 6. So I like the situation I'm in. We're getting close to the bye round, so it's definitely a good idea to take a look at the bye situation. I've noted down what I'd want my team to look like during the bye rounds. So for round 12, team's fine. We'd have 23 playing at best, depending on whether players keep their spot or not. But at best it would be 23, and I'd easily get the 22 on field. Of course, it's top 18 scorers, so that will be fine. Round 13 is where I am screwed. At the moment, I'd be having 16. According to the plan I'm going with, I'd have 16, maybe 15. I don't know, it really depends on what happens, but 15 or 16, and that's 2 or 3 donuts right there. But like, if you're in a similar situation in terms of the round 13 bye, I don't think it's too much of a problem. A lot of people are going to be in that situation. They're going to have Hearn, Lloyd, Dangerfield, Kelly, Heaney, Neil. A lot of people are going to have those players. They'll be in a similar situation, so it's not the worst thing. And they'll probably have guys like Ainsworth and Hinge as well. Marty Hoare as well, he won't be playing in round 13. That might be a good time to trade him out to a round 12 primo. Although Hoare seems to score really well, so I don't know, it just depends on how you plan to go about your trades. But I'll consider trading out Hoare at his bye. And round 14, I've got, according to the plan, it would be 21 on field, 1 would be stuck on the bench, but I doubt it will end up being that way, because this is like my best case scenario plan. I don't think it will end up being 21, but I think it should be 18. So I think I'll be alright around 14. Round 12 is definitely fine, but round 13 would be the one that myself and probably most people would be screwed. So all I gotta hope for is that the team can prevent the bleeding and just hold their ground during that week. moving on to league matchups as per usual. In my own league, I beat Owen, so if you're watching, unlucky mate. Copped a donut there, so that definitely helped my situation. But yeah, you take every win. Up to second spot now, 7-1. So I think I'm in a pretty safe spot in my league. And in Shorty's league, big win. Michael Walters and Mitchell Hinge got me over the line on the last day. Josh Kelly, of course, that really helped. But 6-2 now in the top 4. Great situation to be in. So hopefully the team can keep it up. So that'll do it for this video. Hopefully you guys had a great week as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one.